Bonnie Prince Charlie landed at Eriskay on July 23rd, 1745, with only 7 followers. At Glenfinnan, on the shores of Loch Shiel, he raised his standard and told his Highland supporters he'd come to reclaim the throne in the name of his father, James Francis Edward Stuart. On the 16th of April 1746, the Jacobite forces of Charles Edward Stuart were decisively defeated by Loyalist troops commanded by William Augustus, Duke of Cumberland, near Inverness in the Scottish Highlands. Scottish Jacobites were in large majority Protestant, a mix of Episcopalian and moderate Presbyterian. They wished to wrest the state religion back from the extreme Presbyterians. They supported religious toleration. In that important sense, they were much more modern than their opponents. Scottish Jacobites overwhelmingly did not, in any sense, support increased monarchical power or a rollback of constitutional government. Scottish Jacobites wanted, above all, an independent Scotland. The first major act of the Jacobites on taking Edinburgh was to repeal the Act of Union. Prince Charles Stuart, acting as regent for James VIII, on 9th of October 1745, did formally repeal the Act of Union. That is why they fought under the saltire. This was overwhelmingly their banner at Culloden. It did not mean anything different then than it does now. One of the most pernicious lies is that there were more Scots on the British than the Scottish side of Culloden. This is completely untrue, by a margin of 4 to 1. At its greatest extent, the Jacobite army contained 12,000 Scots, and there was much turnover, a clear majority of the potential armed men Scotland could put into the field. And the large majority of the Scottish Jacobites were not Highlanders. They were also militia from lowland clans, and even French and Swiss volunteers. We are taught that the defeat of the Jacobites was essential to bring in the Scottish Enlightenment, despite the fact that at least half of the key figures in the Enlightenment were demonstrably Jacobite in their sympathies. Of course, the Jacobites were not a national movement, in that there was a sizable minority of Scots who opposed. Those willing to come out on the British side naturally increased in 1746, after it became plain which side was going eventually to win. With over 1,200 dead in just 1 hour, Culloden was a short but bloody battle, and the last to be fought on British soil.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? I heard that. Can you see your name? I feel the sense that I need to get it. Can you tell me your name, please? I can feel you here. I know you're here. Whoa,
It's you. What you got on you? Wow. Are you sure you know what's on you? No. Nothing. Thing is, it's often the two of them.
Yep.
Logically, unless you've got something on you, which you don't because you've already tried it and there's nothing there.
VIII.
Could have sworn I heard somebody talking.
I heard it as well. Do you think maybe somebody sneaked in with us having that on? You would have heard, would you?
No, there's only because you would have heard them coming in. The gate's just there.
Aye, totally.
It's like somebody was talking to someone else.
Mm.
There was no reply. Now it's gone.
So I felt somebody doing it with me. Especially at the start. I was just,
You getting any names or anything?
well, at the start I got a Michael. It's like, you have to get out, It was like I need to get out of there.
It's bizarre. There's no rhyme or reason to that spiking.
It's quite bizarre, especially with the two of them going off. And there's new batteries in them as well. Can be no fault. Okay, we're going to have a wee walk around your barracks just now. As I said before, if you want to come with us, you're more than welcome. It's weird, I'm absolutely just getting the feeling of I've been intruded on.
You've been into it.
I feel like I've been, I don't know, assaulted. Not physically, not even mentally. I just feel assaulted. It's weird. I'm seeing a lot of bugs out there. I feel like it's just... Really? Is there anybody here?
I'm out in the alley again, so I think we should go over to that building over there, back here, two in each. You know how the windowsills, put one in each. And then we'll sit in one of them for a while.
Take the crucifix.
Eh?
Take the crucifix.
Yeah.
There might be crucifixes. Oh, see that feeling? When I went down, I've got that round here, right now, again.
Do you want me to leave the recorder here then?
What?
There's not something here. Should we stay?
If you want us to stay here, can you please make the lights go again?
Yes, then.
That's outside noises.
Do you want us to stop? Do you want us to go? Stop. No staying.
On the day after the Battle of Culloden in 1746, some 3,000 Jacobites retreated to Ruthven, with the intention of fighting on. It was here they received their final instruction from Prince Charles Edward Stuart. Let every man seek his own safety in the best way he can.
They took my baby. He's only 2 weeks old. And one of them whirled him around by his leg and threw him onto the ground.
We'll just take it now. Anytime we move the lights, we'll take that as a yes. Do you understand that? Can you please move the lights if you understand that?
I don't know where he is. I don't know where he is.
We're now in the living quarters where the soldiers used to sleep. It was all double beds. I think the whole place was 120 soldiers. Yet approximately 3,000 men travelled all the way from Culloden down here. What's the works? If there's any spirits here, can you please go to the lights? There's a crucifix there. If you find that a crucifix will give you peace. Oh, I'm stuck for words. I think my body's still recovering from over there. It's just
Are you still with us? If you're still here, could you do that again, please? Thank you so much. I wish you every respect. I'm not asking you to do party tricks, just need to know if you're here or not. If you could do that again.
there's a spirit here, can you please go to the lights again? If there's a soldier here, can you please go towards that crucifix? That's actually the most active I've seen in K2 years.
Absolutely. Anywhere we've been. We're both together. And none of us were near them now.
If you can see the green light, can you please just move towards it? I'm trying to tell the story of Culloden. What all you guys did in that day. How brave you were.
If you fought at the Battle of Culloden, can you try and move those lights you did before?
Were you born before 1500? Could you make the lights move if so? Were you born in the 1300s? Can you follow my hand? I'm actually feeling the heat from that. Can you copy what I'm doing? I'm just trying to establish that you are here. Can you move them like you did before? If you have this device in my hand, you can speak to us through it. You can use my energy to do this. You can project your voice through this. Can you tell us your name, please? My name is Colin. You know what our names are? My name is Colin, and this is Mark beside me. We particularly want to speak to the soldiers of 1746 who resided at this castle for a short time. Can you say one of our names through this device, please?
But no.
Yeah. Please. What is your name? So busy, didn't you, just now? We want to tell people the suffering you had to endure.
Or even the good times.
Did you hear that? That's the spirit. You go towards those green lights. If you do, the lights will move, and when you're here, you've done it before. You want us to leave here? Wherever you are, whether you're Scottish, Irish, Welsh or English, we want to talk with you. You need to make this communication with us. Next week. Next week.
Yep.
It's always when we first go into a place.
Hmm. Okay, I'll see you. There you go.
If that's a spirit, moving those lights. Please do it again, please. Probably said please too much, yeah. I can't really say please too much. There's a crucifix at the fireplace. If you feel that would give you peace, you're more than welcome to go and touch it. Or if you don't want to do that, if you just approach the green lights, we'll know you're there and we can communicate with you. Is there a soldier here from the battle in 1746 that occurred on the Culloden battlefield? Is there a person here who wasn't involved in the Battle of Culloden? Does the crucifix here give you peace? You can use this device as well to communicate with us. You can actually speak through this. What is your name, please? Do you need help to pass over? Do you need help to go into the light?
I swear, every time you turn that on, I keep feeling things around me.
Me as well, absolutely.
It sounds so busy when you put that on.
Aye, I'm exactly
And
the
you
same.
turn it off and it just disappears. Oh, your camera's just went out.
Can you tell us what year you passed away, please? Sorry, I couldn't understand that. Could you please say it again? I've just seen the edge of something up there.
Up where?
Up there. Near to the top of the... It's away now. And it wasn't even a peripheral viewing of anything. I watched it.
In the stairwell?
No, it was more in the wall. Did you hear them?
No.
Huh?
No.
Just up there. I'm feeling something just here. Totally feel like there's somebody here right now. Do you need help to go into the light? If you need help, you need to tell us now. I can help you.
And how many shots were fired through these musket holes?
Where your soldier here. Can you please go to the green lights? Can you do something for us? We want to tell your story. We want to tell the world your story. Sorry, I can't understand what you're saying. Communicate with us through these lights. Can you come to this green light in my hand? Could you put your hand over it? We believe you're here. We also believed in your cause. Scotland is so proud of you for what you did. You know I'm being genuine with you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Awesome. This is why we're here. We're here for you. We want to tell your story. Can you stop, please? Thank you. Did you fight in the Battle of Culloden? You can flash the lights for a yes. Oh my God, the tears in the back of my neck are... Where... Can you grab that other? Just you hold it as well. You hold it.
Something here. Somebody here, sorry.
We really appreciate coming here.
They've gone off at the same time, man. It's weird. I can't get yours, I can't see yours. You need to... Wow, thank you so much. Thank you.
Are you ready to answer some questions? You can flash it for a yes. If you flash it, we'll take that as a yes. Thank you. Or you could talk to this if you like.
You but
Are you a female spirit? I'm thinking it's a male. Sorry, I'm sorry. Did you fight in the battle? You know we're so proud of you. You do know that, don't you? We're really going to have to go soon.
Use our energies if you need to.
Do you like us being here? Do you not like us being here? You fed up people coming and asking you questions? Are you having problems going into the light? Do you have family that you're with?
Are you still with us? Would you like us to go? If you'd like us to go, can you make a light move? Please. Would you like us to stay? Would you make a lights move if you'd like us to stay? And talk with you. That is strange. Strange in a good way, but could you make me understand? Could you help me? Could you make the lights move once more so we know you're here?
Make them move one more time, we will leave you in peace. If you don't wish to, that's also fine. I would just like to take this time to thank you, just to give us that brief bit of company.
Could you give us a name?
You know a man called Bonnie Prince Charlie?
I think for me it's just remembering the suffering and everything else, that it's just beyond words. It's something unimaginable that these guys and women and children went through for a belief in a cause that they died for. You know, it was a remarkable time, but it was also a tragic time. And to be able to come to places like here, it's an absolute privilege, but it's also sad, knowing the suffering that happened. But we'd like to thank you for the responses that you've given us, and we'll walk away a lot richer having been here and shared it with you.
absolute privilege for me. I've always felt a connection with Culloden for some reason. I go there at least three times a year. Just love the place, and it's the first time I've been here. I love the place. Yeah. Funniosity. I think I made that word up one time when I was there. Funniosity. I'm done.
It's just so weird that so many men were slaughtered here, and it's the flattest investigation I've ever
mothers and children are left to their weeping, with only the memory of father and son, turned out of their homes to make shelter for strangers. The blackest of ours on this land has begun.
We are at our house at Easter Bogs, it's called, and that's near Bocky. The original part was built before 1680, which is down the kitchen part. I found old records online, which referred to a sale from the Stuart family to the Gordon family, which was the most influential family up here in this area. This part we're in at the moment was built, I assume, somewhere in the 1880s, and then followed in the 1950s by the last part of the building where the kids are staying.
Tell us a little bit about the history from beginning to...
Well, what we know, the Stuart family that sold the house to the Gordons, they were then tenants here, and I found records that the Stuarts as well as the Gordons of the time of Kernfield House, which is up on the hill, were both involved in the 1745 Jacobite Rising on the side of the Jacobites. The trace of the Stuart is lost then. I don't know what happened to them, but the farm was then always rented out to tenants until somewhere in the 1850s, 1860s, when it was bought by the Grand family. And the Grands then established a farm here, which started out as a dairy farm, so they were very into husbandry, breeding cattle, and it then later turned into an ice cream factory, which was actually quite well known in the whole area. It was then sold various times until it ended up with us in 2001. That's when we bought it.
Is it, we're obviously here because of the experiences that you've been having here. Could you maybe explain a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, as you know, we are into the paranormal investigation as well, and over the time, basically since we bought the house, there were things happening in the house, like we heard footsteps from up here, from the guest room over there, mostly. Doors were opening and closing. I heard a radio going on when there was no connection to electricity. I think the most interesting thing that ever happened was with my son Robert. I mean, we do this investigation thing as a whole family, and Robert went into hypnosis to experience a regression into a former life, and then at some point the hypnotist asked him to leave his body and have a look around the building to see if he can see any spirits. And I mean, we had amazing footage which you can have a look at later on, where we can actually see something leaving Robert's body, and Robert then described how he met somebody upstairs who was just pacing up and down and waiting for somebody. Then he left the room and went outside, where he met a gentleman who he described straight away as Mr. Grant, wearing a kilt, a shirt, a jacket, and the shirt was bloodstained, and he was speaking Doric or Gaelic, so it was hard to understand for him. But the gentleman was sort of very familiar with him, as he described it. And the research that I then did into the Grant family led me to a grandson of the original owner of the house, who told me that the first owner of the Grants, the first farmer that was here, he had a Clydesdale horse. And the Clydesdale horses were not very common up here. They had good horses, but Clydesdale horses were very rare and very expensive. And apparently he showed off his Clydesdale horse and was kicked in the head by the horse and died of the injury here at the house. So we assume it might be actually Mr. Grant who he met and then invited into the house, because we're friendly people. We did an investigation of the house, a full investigation sometime later. We did that online with a group from Germany, because my wife and I were both from Germany originally. And during that investigation we caught some amazing footage from downstairs in the hallway, where a teddy got moved and the rubber band fell, well, from out of nowhere really. We can't really explain it because it was not a rubber band we use in the house. And the camera that filmed it was moved violently. I can show you that as well. And that was amazing. That was really, really unexplainable footage. And right after that, the kitchen door was slammed shut. And to this day, we can't explain what happened there. We always thought there might be a Jacobite soldier around, because I found an old newspaper article online from the Press and Journal, which was from the time right after Culloden, where I was just googling Easter Bogs, and in this article the farmhouse of Easter Bogs in Buckie was mentioned, and it said that a Jacobite soldier was apprehended and shot on the spot at Easter Bogs farm. And I tried to find any burial records from the time to see if the gentleman was maybe buried in Ruthven or in Engie. Couldn't find anything, so there's a possibility that he was probably just buried here in a shallow grave somewhere. He might be around. And we also did an investigation some time ago at a mental asylum in the vicinity, where we came across a little girl that was really attracted to my youngest son, and we also invited her that she could visit us, and we have a feeling that she might be around sometimes. We don't know if she came with us permanently or if she's just coming around to visit. This is just one of the things we still try to find out, and that's why we invited you guys to see if you can get any more evidence.
tell you, chilled to the bone. Is there any spirits in here would like to make yourself known?
Myself, on a regular basis, I'm the first one to come up in the morning. I always make sure the
Could you make a tap on the wall?
Regularly, the door to that guest room is open in the morning, which is something we experience a lot. I occasionally hear the footsteps up here, but
Just
then
here to
again, my
speak
wife,
with you.
she had some
I mean, you know
more
how-
experience because she's a housewife. She's alone in the house,
Come to you
all
with the
morning.
highest of respect.
and she can tell you much more of what she experienced here.
Cool.
Did you used to live in this house? Can you tap twice if you used to live here? Oh, Billy.
This is the guest room that Stefan was talking about.
Freezing. Have you had any experiences in here, El?
Not in this room, no. My bedroom is downstairs. I can hear footsteps here. I'll bang against the wall.
So when you're in your bedroom and you hear the footsteps, it's like it's right above you.
It is, because you can hear the floorboards creaking underneath as well. We had guests that were complaining that they were seeing shadows or hearing noises in the middle of the night.
Is that in this room, yeah?
I was in this room, yeah.
There's a spirit here making noises. Can you please make those noises for us? Something just stroked my face. My right cheek.
The spirits here are gentle.
So it felt like on my cheek. Felt like the back of a finger just going down. There's a spirit here. Did you used to live here? How old were you when you passed away? Is there any spirits here? You can use this little radio in my hand and speak with us. Can you please tell us your name? I'm feeling a bit agitated. We don't wish you any harm at all, we just want to speak with you. Sounded female, yeah. Can you tell us your name, please? Can you say one of our names? Just so we know you're there.
Right, Alex, if you could just explain who you are and the kind of experiences you've experienced within your home.
Well, I'm Alex, and I've experienced not that many things here, but one of the things is when I'm upstairs having a shower, I hear noises, and I've kind of experienced getting a kind of possession kind of feeling. Like I couldn't really breathe, or I couldn't really do anything. And when I'm upstairs sleeping, well, trying to sleep anyway, I can't really sleep, I'm not sure why. And doing an investigation in our house.
That's outside.
There was an EVP which I heard, which was a scream, which was kind of unsettling, and that was kind of it really.
Cool. Do you feel that the experiences that you're having are negative or positive?
Well, I mean, I don't feel like they're like super negative, they're just trying to make themselves known really, and see if they can let us hear.
Do any of these experiences that you've had transfer within your home here at all?
I mean, not really.
That's fine. That's cool.
If we were to have a light outside, we could at least see what's going, if it's a cat that's going near or not. There's no camera outside, is there?
No.
See? So light is useless.
But
But
the light on. It's still running.
okay, makes sense. Set it up on the table.
If there's any spirits here, can you please come close to me here? Can you please move the ball? Or the teddy?
Gee, your tummy is busy.
That was his.
Aye, it was mine. Could you please wave your hand over the green light that's sitting on the floor?
And again.
That wasn't me that time. Was that you?
Nope.
What?
Thought I heard his belly rumbling again.
Better see how cold I am when you see the camera shake. Oh. It's a bug or an insect or something. Something moving anyway. Yeah. Okay?
Me, yeah, I'm just trying. If spirits can mind read, I'm repeating a question over and over and over again in my mind.
There's a bug about you.
About me?
No. Second time I've seen it. Right, that might have been me that time.
Is that you?
I think so.
We're playing belly ping pong.
Moving. Is that significant?
What?
Pendulum thing. Is it a crystal?
Yeah, it's a crystal I've found ages ago. I can't even remember where I found it. And I kept it. It is moving now, which is interesting.
Excuse my runny nose.
Is that you, Colin?
Jeez, oh.
Sounds like we've got an angry dog here.
If there's a spirit here, can you please go to the green light on my left? Could you wave your hand over it?
Before he combusts.
Let's do it again. I'll try a different question.
Sarcastic way, I'm sure I've been imagining you just saying that exact same time before. Jeez, what have you got here? absolutely privileged to investigate Ruthven Barracks, Stefan's house, and the actual battlefield itself. It's been an absolute privilege and honour to do all three and this chapter. This has by far been the best chapter for me personally. And who knows where the next one will take us.
We'll be back.
We will be back. Thank you.
Drifting snow. Tell me, can you see?
cua de bhuiam sísal, fer inis na gaun an straglas a huich Blàr Chùil Lodair le bhrau hén. Och a herrlich org Stuart, sé de chúis rein me lédir, hu go ruam gach ní vacam an an nghogu na dŵr, cha chrúf is cha chúri, cha mi cai ach me chéla, get a gag ti mi múna, gan sian san dŵr, ach léine, marún gel og. Conis hogus a glaiw, non I chahar I lianach, sgawn gre het madder, on ach madden ma chiad graag, ach cymmer ieun am nader, ag I gaichig nas mian hyn, as ma hograch o lager, hoch gwaartje ma riva, ma rún gel og. Bud y fer môr gyfa cwmach, fod fwlwch gyd vrogan, fad y lis mar in jalle, splas na mialle de fogan, dal dŵloch dawn lwrach, fad y fwnial norstu, seg o camelwboch cwymer, sgach yw'n torturan gafoechyd, marún gel og. Bud y fer slingin och lehan, behulje mi eins begjallavi, ha betalier gyn jolas, gen y kota ma bjergut, na jene gut truus, gyn di cwng na gawngut, mar jalle vraten de chassen, red jarossen met chalappe, marún gel og. Bud y iesgers na hawing, stich gehuig yw heenje, agos sialaker y vonni, bud y fwner jew glesig, bevinjum taven de chulling, bydd ych fwlch fyr mach gaelge, as de laif befod merapse, stich gewarrewg li chela, marún gel og. Bud y pochtjer na jive, na'n swyes da ooste, ge begolig stu feug, get huchtje kaag met een borstu, wie het wisk, han je biulecht, had de jimsig uw oge, had de jeruriev koes, het je goel te vrij poste, marún gel og. Gyd mish het me skarrig, sket de chanam han leke, hij me hugre goshielig, on nach piler on jeku, werd de gees de huksje, haar u furus de uiting, zat de hees a goloder, werd de goldish betrainen, marún gel og. She me bindjo na friesja, len sheetes, len stroldo, gan ro mushum goed jaramik, juns gan derriget u poko, get de wien cho shalavach, sgan belium erriget hanover, ver in knachgas na handjen, len gume kaarshin of ozig, marún gel og. Och na noch, gur mi bochgag, smilan osnich in goni, chai mi dúli u hien, gucht me chie gedorste, hat ook fiel na klarsach, piep na talask na kelde, nis o chura du daski, hat u's katrif du njork mi, marún gel og. Ba mi grish an an barra, gan bewaden mi chile, sgan jiket u gachi, de eiers le einis, han dau me gol harish, han eich me vertekish, gas a jeej me van halen, a jellich het speeshin, marún gel og. She me ben happeronoch, het troter na se sleetje, agus tje han a boundrich, nach dŵr saulig am hela, a mishalan solish, at bewelsing li hela, ach a nish van a galavig, a hús ferramit mi hingaf, marún gel og.